How are we doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Market open Monday. Man, we had a great day today, right? I'm recording this Sunday, right? I traded the Sunday open. You'll see with tomorrow's episode, we got a great video coming. We got a banger coming. A banger, okay? Simply a banger. All right, today we're going to be going over how I backtest, pretty much backtesting for dummies. Why I promote back testing, but at the same time, why I say be safe with back testing and don't back test too much. You always need to forward test and tape read the actual live market, or you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to get anywhere not seeing the open and high low close of each candle, swapping time frames, and understanding order flow. If you stay on replay, you're going to fail. Simply put like that. All right. The only reason that I feel like I'm even decent is because I sit on the charts and I've sat on the charts. I mean, for gotta be I got 2 hours time, like actually just looking on the charts. You know how if you're like playing a game and it says hours played, sometimes it's actually hours played, like, or sometimes sitting in the background. Right? No, this is actually locked in eyes on the chart, right? I mean, 2 hours, right? I mean, 2 years. I mean, you got to zone in and just every single day for a couple hours have your certain times that you want to look out for and get accustomed to these times. All right, we'll go over what I look for and how to trade. All right, while back testing, and that's what I hate is back testing to me feels a little bit different than trading, live market. And right, you're going to want to practice how you actually trade, and back testing is terrible for your psychology. I'll put it plain and simple. Even me, sometimes I'll go back while I'm doing these videos, and right, I get in a trade, and I almost for a split second I'm thinking, what's taking so long? But I'm like, oh wait, it's the actual market. Like, that's how it works. All these back testing videos, while you see, you click into your TP, you waiting for your TP for maybe 2 seconds. That's not how it is in the market. All right. You're going to have to wait sometimes 5, 15, an hour, even overnight. Like, right. If you're going to get in the trade, you got to have a set standards for the trade and just let it play out. Okay. I found so much more success, right? Having farther conditions for pulling my break even, right? And these good turtle suits come back to the order block. I keep my low or I keep my stop loss right at a good area. Comes back to the order block after if I've already dropped off some cons, right? I don't need to add back in. I just let my runners run and then they go and hit the farther TP. My RR has been getting way better, right? I've maybe caught my win rate has just been it was doo doo last week. All right, you'll see the stats. It's whatever, right? But you'll see with the power of RR, right? You can have a damn near a 30% win rate and still be profitable. Okay? I don't know what the stats are because they haven't loaded yet. Because like I said, it's Sunday, but we'll see the win rate for the top step. But sadly, I can already tell you it's not going to be great, and that's just how it is sometimes, and that's how I just happen to trade it. But I passed it in 2 days. All right, and I passed it in the Asia session. Okay, risk to reward is so key as well as getting good entries. And you're not going to get that good risk to reward by, holding these trades for 5 minutes. You're just not. Okay? You're not going to. All right? I've traded that, done that. You can get good risk to reward like that, but you can't do it consistently. Right? Scalping's hard unless you have a model for it, right? And unless you're getting it on turtle soup scalps. All right? And it could be possible for people, just in my personal opinion and my personal experience, doesn't work out the best. All right, as you can see on the screen, ways that we can go back into our previous history on TradingView, because I don't like to use FX replay. I use TradingView. All right, whenever I'm doing anything, we can go back to these times so we can get our 1 minute, 5 minute lower time frame charts. All right. We always want to pull up our Forex Factory, check out news, even when we're back testing. Okay. We always want to make sure we know what our calendar is doing, right? When those high impact news events are, so we can form a weekly profile on that Monday, have a good idea of what's going to happen, right? Even with just the Forex Factory calendar, you can do a lot of damage. Okay. We'll also go over how to forward test the live market data and what you should focus on. Okay, let's get into the charts. All right, so I just want to show this before we get into any trades. Because, right, back testing versus a live account versus live funds, right? Or even an eval, right? You see this fat ass black candle? Right, I'm buying on it. You see, I'm in 5 cons on E-mini. Trade of 8 at the bottom, right? So there's some type of money involved. All right. While you're back testing and flicking through these candles and you see this, right, then you wait for a reaction, get in, and even wait for a second reaction. You're just flicking through these candles, 1 minute at a time, or even, you know, you're going one candle at a time every 30 seconds, right? You're just flicking through them, just tap, 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 right? Getting an entry, entering, tap, 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 going to TP, right? This video is 2 minute long at 16 times speed, right? We get in, we go green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. I mean, damn, we actually came under and came near like maybe 3 or 4 ticks. You can see how close we are. I moved my stop a little bit, whatever, but we didn't even come close to it, right? And I maybe changed my risk to reward. This is Asia, so it's maybe like a couple ticks, right? Nothing crazy, and we didn't even right put that risk on the table. And what I'm going to show here is that we had to sit through all of this. You can see in the bottom right the time, right? Kind of pulling up everything, just changing time frames, just making sure, because even me sometimes sitting here like this gets me thinking, right? Am I doing what I need to be doing, right? And you gotta imagine we're on 16 times speed. You can see in the bottom right how long it takes, and that every trade's not just gonna blast a TP. You can see we're about a minute in the video, and I haven't really changed anything. Kind of marked an SMT, but that's about it. And I'm at 5 cons in, so a decent amount's being made or in wrist. Alright, enough to definitely blow the account if I get one thick candle, and no stop loss. See the trade finally going in our direction. I think I'd take maybe one con off here just because uh, I didn't have any need for leaving it on. Right, those highs would have passed the account. Right, with 2 cons here, these 2 cons to the sell limit. Right now, past the account. Couple minutes go by, stop the recording, recut into it. Start get some more volatility. And we're just waiting around. Right, we're 2 cons, 100 deep, 100 ticks deep in profit. I mean, how many people are actually going to hold, and, do good for their psychology to that TP, right? And all I'm doing here is just making sure I pass the account. That's why I'm measuring it, right? And you see we blow through the TP right there at the end, right? Didn't move the TP, right? We just blow through it, all right? And all I was doing was making sure I got to 9,000. And that was 4,500 in Asia, by the way, right? Over, and, it's not in 1 or 2 candles like we see in New York, but it's over, right? A decent amount, maybe an hour, hour and a half. I can't, maybe 8:30 to 9:30, so not even an hour. And right, you saw nothing move, nothing change from my position to my exits, right? I think I maybe got out more here just because I didn't need to put it on the table to risk to this high, right? I saw how much profit I was at, compared to passing this account, right? Just left it on the table. We'll have our video out tomorrow about, right, passing this account in 2 days. So, what I'll do first, right? We're on the live market, right? We do have the replay open, but what we're going to do is go to our charts and go to April, May, and June 2022. All right, and you can choose any of these, right? This is what I'm just going to choose for ES. So we go ESH 2022. Hit enter. Now we're into the March contracts. And you see this here at the end, that doesn't matter. Go into the 4-hour. And then I zoom out like this so that I can't see really the chart. And I go to the, I don't know, we'll say this Tuesday. Go to the 2 a.m. candle. Right? And now you can see that we have a chart, ESH 2022. Right? We can go to a daily time frame. Okay? Weekly, monthly as well. Right? So how can we use this to actually improve our skills, right? Backtest normally and use this to our advantage. All right. So from the monthly time frame, we can see that we're pretty bearish. Well, obviously, right, bullish, right? Just retracing bearishly. Weekly is also retracing bearishly. All right, we've seen to come up, create a swing high with 2 equal highs. 2 equal highs resting above. Come down to the 4-hour. We see that we have a pretty hard area right here of accumulation. We do see that this area of accumulation has now swept some lows over to the left and returned bullishly, right? So all we can think now is that this low is high resistance, right? We also have some equal highs above, right? But we do have this fair value gap here. All right, what I do see is that we've came and reacted bullishly from this breaker, right? We have almost formed an inverse, right? So off the 2-hour and 4-hour, I'd like to say this is a 4-hour rejection block, right? Not the highest probability because it's a Monday, but I do think it will deliver us at least to these highs. So let's see if maybe we can get, right, an entry maybe under this low in between this order block. Right, we're coming into the 9 a.m. So we drop down to the 15-minute. All right, we've had our open. So I'd like to see us come below open, right, to continue higher. Right? We've had an accumulation range, right, with our original accumulation range, with all of our overnight liquidity that was swept in London, but then we leave London liquidity, right, for the morning. And then we also have this fair value gap resting here, right, with an accumulation range. We can just put it right here because, right, this whole range would technically be an accumulation range, but we'll put it finishing off there. So now we're on the 5 minute, coming into 10, right? We've now swept liquidity. Drop down to the 1 minute, which we don't have. So unfortunate, man. So like we say with this candle, all right, we either want to see the next candle dig a little bit deeper into the wick, right, and then return us higher, right? So let's see what that next candle does. Create equal lows. Come up to the order block. Now this, all right, this is looking like we're gonna sweep these lows one more time, right? Come into our wick, and then I'd like to see us return higher. Come into the wick there. Luckily, got a decent fill right at the bottom of the wick. So this with this here, say even right here, right? We'll just for first, we'll see what the first TP is with the stop that we can get, right? If we want to take the first one out right at 3, we can do that as well. Just see what we get. We're able to take one con out, right? We're only in one, and then we'll stop break even, right? And then this is what in mind, right? You're back testing on your own. Right, keep in mind your first 1 to 3 TP hit, right? Mitigation at the order block. Okay. Alright, we'll just get out there. Alright. Long wick might get filled to and through from this fair value gap. We'll see what happens. Looking like it might. Left equal highs. Still, these highs are still suspect. Alright, everything up here is still suspect to me. Alright, might want to come and sweep these lows. Right, maybe return us higher in the PM session. Alright. Oh, well, it is the PM session, so see how quickly it goes by on these 5-minute candles? Right, almost not even enough time for me to realize that it's the PM session. Oh, well, guess that works out. See, we're into our 1 hour order block. I'm just gonna buy this. See what PM session can do. $3.20. See if we can get there before the end. Right, and you could probably just close it here. Right, but for the sake of, right, having the DOL of higher, right, going into Monday, Tuesday, right, we probably leave these lows for Wednesday or Thursday and continue higher, excuse me. Just swap to the 15-minute. And this is why I can't sometimes go day by day on the 5-minute like that, because it's just, right, you're just waiting until the next day or even London session. And if I have a DOL, see, just like that. If I have a DOL, right, I'm going to wait till we hit that DOL and then see what we do from there. So we can close it out now. Coming into Tuesday, I'm just going to go into the AM session. All right, coming into 8:30. This order block will probably deliver us higher right after open. And then what I would like to see is sweep these highs. Okay, well, it already shows it on the 4-hour. We might not sweep the highs. We might just come into the order block. All right, that seems like it's going to be our high, actually. And see, there might have been an SMT right here, right at the highs. And that's also why I hate backtesting like this, because you can't see those live time SMTs, right? And I could be wrong. There could be no SMT there. We could just delivered from the order block we created right here, right? In high time frame, right? We didn't need to retrace or, go any higher because we're going to deliver lower. All right. I don't know why it's taking forever to load. I don't know what the internet's doing, but we're going to see what we get. All right. And see, I'd be comfortable maybe. No. All of these highs look sus now, right? Creating a range of equal highs and equal lows. What are we coming into? Lunch. Let's see what we get PM. Break lower. This might be a good buy. Because these highs are sus to me. Right? We can see how equal they are. Right? None of them. This one left a fair value gap, right? But, like, come on now. This just looks sus. So I'm going to buy. See if I can. And the reason I bought here, we have multiple fair value gaps left, and we didn't create a breaker, but we created equal highs, right? Wick then came to this, right? We've technically created a breaker with this 1 minute candle, right? High, low, higher, high, lower, right? And then came in and went higher, and we leave these fair value gaps unfilled. All right, come back, retrace to the order block, probably still go higher. What are these highs? These equal, like all of this is going to get ran. That's ridiculous. All right. What time is it? See, this is why sometimes I hate backtesting and also backtesting ES because it looks terrible. I'm just going to wait till we run the previous day high. Right, my stop's going to just be below here, and that'd be like a simple 1 to 2 or something. Also terrible field, by the way. Oh, but I didn't mean to do that. Right into the London session, which is perfect. Bam. Now, coming into the London session like that, we have our accumulation, manipulation, right, into... Oh my gosh, stop doing this, please. I'm about to... Oh my lord. Right. So we've come right into our 4-hour order block. Right. We've now left. We'll do one more candle. We've left a fair value gap. Right. I'll enter. Oops. Oh, did I enter buys? I did. I'm tripping. Oops. I didn't even get to really put that where I wanted to. But anyway. Alright, so now we have our equal lows down here. Alright, swept these highs one more time. Alright, stop would have been above these highs and probably above that, right? I wish I would have slid it up beforehand, but it probably would have been right above probably the close of this 15-minute order block, right? We're within the higher time frame order block as well. And even if I would have got stopped out somehow, right, I would have waited for the actual soup and got in. It's just so hard entering on the soups while back testing. I mean, it's almost harder. I mean, unless I drop down to the 15, but then it doesn't have the market time for that, right? But we know my real fill would be somewhere up here, not down low like that. All right, so we kind of have to take some of the risk to reward out of it. All right, exit our first con down there. Coming into a Wednesday high of week at London. All right, let's see what we get. There goes through the Asian low. Bam, into our PD array. All right, buy one back. Look higher time frame. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's what you think. Then we look at the weekly time frame, right? And then we'd see we'd delivering bearishly, right, from our monthly order block, right? So now we're on Wednesday. And here's where I go from scalping to holding this to a one shot, one kill. And let me tell you why. Okay? We've now wicked into a previous week's order block with a very good high resistance high, forming a rejection block into an order block, right? And everybody's like, oh, the rejection block needs to be an extreme, needs to be one end or the other, right? You can create a lower time frame rejection block, right? And get in before the rejection block's formed, and it's still a rejection block. Okay? All right. So we continue lower, and we see our market structure as well as our market maker model. All right. Maybe half of y'all would be stuck up on this breaker, right? But with order flow and draw on liquidity, all right, we know that these are going to get ran. All right. And if we even want to double confirm, we'll wait for an accumulation range because we're not going to retrace. All right. Apparently we will. Hopefully the stop will be good. What day is this? This is PM? Good Lord. I was not expecting that. All right. Well, now if this high gets ran, all right, I'm just a fraud, right? Stop's still good, all right, for where I originally thought, but I'm still going to hold this. All right. If I somehow got stopped out, well, obviously I got stopped out, but if I got stopped out, I would re-enter here, all right, in the PM session, all right, because that's how I trade, right? I'm just going to re-enter because I feel like my entries are high enough and good enough that, it doesn't technically fully invalidate it until it, is fully invalidated, like we break this high or something, right? And obviously if we get up into like here, right, I'll just be waiting for a reaction. I won't try and keep turtle souping. But I will admit, didn't expect that, right? I did expect us to maybe retrace, right? We came back and swept these highs again. But I I do see Thursday, right, running through all of these. And with this just being a larger high time frame accumulation. Right, fading the lower time frame market structure shift on the hourly, right, going with our higher time frame order flow to the downside. There we go. And what day is this? Thursday, coming into PM. Get some wonderful acceleration Thursday. All right, with these Thursday lows, I can almost guarantee that that's going to be fake. All right, and if we come into New York session and haven't hit the lows overnight, right, if we can sweep above EQ, right, into the order block and get a reaction, I'll enter again. All right, still haven't finished it out. And there we go, into our 10 a.m. session. right? And we see my original stop, right? Even though, um, right, I would have dropped, obviously I'm dropping cons off, right? I'll be in more than one normal time, right? And I'm dropping cons off and I'm going break even, right? We sweep this low. There's no real reason to not go break even. Okay, we sweep this low. We then run my stop. We sweep this high again and react. There's no reason, like it's obviously not invalidated here, right? We just run these stops, maybe have an SMT, right? And also here we have an SMT with a session, right? We see the excuse me, the London session and also previous day, right? We then have an SMT maybe in the lunch session using time-based liquidity and time-based SMTs, okay? But anyway, our stop was safe. It didn't get ran, right? We draw this across. See, it didn't get ran. 65 tick stop, 138 pip, or not pip, but tick TP. And then as I said, we're going to run the original accumulation lows. I didn't get my re-entry, right, because this breaker left this gap unfilled. But if it would have reached up there, right, still would have been valid. All right, it's not one size fits all every time, right? You can have one model that you like to use, and you can have one model that works for almost a million people and then not work for others, right? But you have to read market flow and read that we're going to, that we're responding from this order block and then we're responding bearishly, right? And not always, sometimes we're low time frame going to respond bearishly, then react bullishly out of nowhere. And it seems out of nowhere, but it's because you're not zooming out, reading the higher time frame, and seeing where order flow is pushing us. Okay, we see that this, even though this got inversed, it didn't mean we're just gonna run this high. All right, high time frame inverses, like come on now. All right, we have an order block here, we have a breaker, we have all of this mess in between the fair value gap. Okay, and you see, I used that to my advantage. We ranged, right? Sweep range high, range low, right? Hit first TP on that, and then I thought I'd be safe, right? We pulled break even and then got in again, but with that original stop, right? We were safe for the run up in the PM, and then we just let that runner run, all right? And then finishes out Friday for the weekly range, right? And we see Monday low, high, right? We're within Monday. We get in at the top of the week, get out low of the week, all right? And that's how I backtest, right? Couple people asking, wanted a video for this, right? If I didn't give you what you want, I'm sorry, right? Just leave a comment, right? We're gonna go over live trading and exactly what I'm seeing, but I can't just get into that with only 15 videos and people still not understanding, right? Internal or external liquidity and market maker models and even some PD arrays. So just gotta do my due diligence and get the truckload of videos out of the easy stuff before you get into the even harder stuff. All right. Appreciate everybody watching this video. If you liked, leave a like, subscribe. Discord's always open. All right, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.